Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. I love Christmas. I don't know if you do, but I do. I love Christmas because it's the time that we celebrate the baby Jesus. Who is my favorite of all the Jesuses. Because he got so much done, you know, the baby Jesus. In such a short period of time. I mean, it's really just a few months from Christmas to Good Friday. And he just accomplished, he redeemed humanity. That's something. You know, it makes me think I should keep a to-do list or something. But I do love Christmas, and it's great to spend Christmas with the children. And those of us putting on the show tonight, a lot of us have children, and a lot of you have brought your children here tonight. And I just wanted to read a story for the kids, so I just wanted to bring the little tykes out here, if you don't mind, if I could bring our children out, our lovable little... What the hell happened to you guys? You're not children, you're teenagers. No offense. Do we have any, are there any little adorable tykes? Do we have any adorable tykes to... Okay, it's probably safe for us just to stop right there. And have a seat, kids. Have a seat. Oh, your innocent faces. And I want to read a story. This is a Theodore Geisel story. A particularly prescient Theodore Geisel story, and I'm going to be underscored by the wonderful Christian Hoffman on this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Seuss's Democracy. In Whoville, quadrennially, a contest was held, which means every 4 years in language less swelled. The contestants contested to be selected, the who would wear the who's highest high hat, and be the decider of which is this and what is that. This is the story of the Grinch who outgrinched all other Grinches by many a mile and many more inches. He was cruel and cantankerous, and his soul smelled stankerous. On his head perched a tangle, an apricot mangle, of wires and burrs and truffula twigs, all knotted and woven into the most hideous of wigs. His smile was a sight quite freakishly white, and gruesomely, toothsomely he'd smile out of spite, to unpleasantly and dentally fill children with fright. When he inhaled, he sucked the blue from the skies. Then he'd exhale a steaming stream of slick lies. Sometimes, somehow, this soup of effluence and bile spilled from his brain with the power to beguile. He'd holler and howl with chin, cheek, and jowl, this bellicose grump, the Who's all called drumps. But living in Whoville, amongst the Who villagery, was a strong, fearless Who, the Who's all called Hillary. She fought for equal access to anyone who teaches, for starred and unstarred and all other sneeches. She fought to unstick north and south going stubborn stuck Zaxes. She fought for free doctoring with doctors paid for by taxes. She fought for the Who's, the small and the tall, the plump, the petite, she fought for them all. This was the choice presented by Jews for thoughtful Who choosers to carefully choose. And so the campaign began to unwind, and where it would end, no one divined. Hillary called on all Who's, the young and the old, the timid and bold, the yellow and green, and shades in between, to stand heart to heart, to stand hand in hands, and with facts from the past, form future plans. Trump bravely hated who the Who haters hated, but backed in a corner claimed nothing was stated. He said to the small their enemies were tall, and to the tall he insisted all villains were small. Sneetches without were cheated by sneetches with stars, and sneetches with stars were hated for theirs. Thus, everyone learned everyone else was the problem, and signed up for Drumpf's anti-them pogrom. Election day came and the voters all voted. The pundits and pollsters were dutifully quoted. The choice was extreme but also quite clear. Hillary successfully would persevere. The votes were then counted by a quick counting calculump, an unlikely creature with an adding machine rump. The results were read out. The winner was Drumpf. Hillary's supporters were saddened and stunned, rumpled and trumpled, rankled and crumbed. She spoke softly to gentle their fall. She spoke to the tall. She spoke to the small. She spoke to the sneetches, one and all, to who's yellow and green, and in between. The facts are the facts, she said, and we lost after all. And whether outwitted or whether outlucked, all the who's in Whoville are totally You know, kids, we're gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. Merry Christmas, everybody.